lives ruined over an argument.
Yeah, you got the family of this dead child, and look, everybody we've talked to, he was a great kid. He was in school. He was just pleasant to be around. He never caused problems or anything like that. And he got caught in crossfire. Now, we don't know if the bullet that struck him come from the Dodge Journey that was exiting, or if it come from the Lexus that was, pursuing. But all I know is, once there was fixing to be a confrontation, he exited the vehicle and was walking away from it. And the next thing you know, he's struck by a bullet in crossfire.
Now, I apologize. I think I called you sheriff earlier, but it's obviously
Chief of Operations.
Chief, what can you say to get through to these kids? It's not worth it to even bring a gun somewhere. If you want to, it's one thing to be going with your dad to the shooting range or something, but I've seen them pulled out at high school football games and things like that. Same thing at high school party. Like,
I think a lot of these kids, they go out and get guns for intimidation. You go get a gun for an intimidation, makes you look important or makes you look superior or bad or whatever. But it's not going to have a good ending. You're going to end up dead or in prison or something. Something's bad going to happen. There's nothing wrong with legal possession of a firearm. There's nothing wrong with having a firearm in your home or in your vehicle or wherever it may be. But you're an adult. You're not illegally possessing it. You're not using this weapon to facilitate crimes. You're trained properly, and you're using it. I say using it. You have the gun for protection. You have the gun for hunting, sporting, whatever. I believe in the Second Amendment, but I also believe that we need to make sure we enforce our firearms laws out there as it pertains to juveniles running around with guns, guns on campus, things like that, where you have children that children have trouble controlling tempers. So when your temper flares up, if you have a child there that has a weapon of destruction such as a firearm, they may use it without thinking. They can't be thinking when they use it.
And I know I'm a little bit late to the party, but I think you answered a lot of the questions. Is there anything else that you might have mentioned during the press conference, or anything I didn't ask you that you want to say?
I spoke with Crime Stoppers earlier, and we're talking about maybe exploring or looking at an initiative that to start trying to ask the public, if you have a kid in school or someone out there that knows somebody's illegally possessing a gun, if they know there's a kid in school that's carrying a Glock in his backpack or something like that, or in his car or something, illegally possessing a firearm, to contact Crime Stoppers. And instead of we utilizing Crime Stoppers to find suspects after the fact, let's utilize them to get these guns off the streets and get them out of the hands of people that are not legally possessing them, and these kids that's not in legal possession, and get them off the streets. Then we wouldn't have to worry about this as much.
So a student at that party could say anonymously call Crime Stoppers,
right?
Let them know, and once the gun's found, they would.
Right. If we got a tip, hey, there's a party going on, there's a car out there, and there's some kids in it, and they have a, AK, AR, 9mm Glocks, whatever it may be. They might send a text message, or at the P3, the Crime Stoppers. There's several ways you send the tip. It would come to us. We would look at it, respond, go out there, speak to them. I mean, it may result in an arrest, and it could result in us just, hey, we're taking these guns for right now. And it might alleviate a murder.
And just because people might be curious, what would that award potentially be?
That would be something that we would have to get with Crime Stoppers, see what the funding is, try to decide, what's an appropriate fee. What would encourage a kid to give up someone else, or a student to give up another student? You hate it, but I mean, it's it's a way to get the guns out of these kids' hands that's out there that's causing all this. You know, we've had programs that have come out in the past, not here, but like down in the city with these gun buybacks. Well, this is why I look at gun. Well, I'm gonna give you $100 for you to bring me a $500 gun. You know, it's financially not feasible, because if you're gonna pay me what the gun is worth on the streets, then I'll sell you a gun, and then I'll go get another gun and sell you, and then I'll go get another gun. So, you know, on the gun buybacks, you can't, they worth more to a person in possession of a gun than getting $100 or $200 or whatever it may be. But then again, like I said, if they were paying more for them, I would be out stealing guns or buying guns and turn around and flipping them and making money off the gun buyback. So I don't think gun buybacks work.
And I've been at those gun buybacks, and half the time the ones they do turn in are old and broken and don't really shoot anyways, and they're just trying to get a free $100 out of it.
Yeah,
Something
yeah.
you know,
You go buy a junk gun from somebody for $25 or $50 and go take it to the buyback, and you know, you don't see the firearms coming in that you need off the streets. You don't see the semi-automatics, the tactical rifles, the Glocks with the 30-round mags. Those are not coming in on a gun buyback. They're not.
Anything else you want to add?
That would be it.